Hello friends, this is C. Aman Jain from Just Arkin Advisors, and I have made this short video to address a recent issue where applicability of GST on directors' remuneration has been questioned by many. So to put the question simply, here we will try and find out whether GST is applicable on directors' remuneration or not. In my view, in order to find out the answer to the primary question, we first need to figure out answers to some basic questions. Number one, what is the relationship between the director and his company? I mean, what is the nature of employment between the director and his company? Number two, is salary taxable in general? Number three, if it is not taxable, why it is not taxable? Like most of you know, that salary is not subjected to GST, and that is because salary has been specifically excluded from the net of GST in the GST Act. Having said that, in the last few months, there have been certain advance rulings where it has been upheld that directors' remuneration must be subjected to GST. Now, to take this topic further, first we would want to understand what an advance ruling actually is. So, advance ruling is nothing but an opinion which is given by the GST department on a certain subject where an SSE has any query or any confusion. He can write to the advance ruling authority, and the advance ruling authority will give their opinion on that particular subject. By no means that advance ruling or the opinion of that advance ruling is applicable to all the SSEs in general, or neither does it mean that it is the final verdict of the law. Advance ruling is in essence an opinion which is given by the advance ruling authority, and it is not binding on SSEs in general except for the person who has actually filed for the advance ruling. So say for example, I have filed for an advance ruling, then the outcome of the advance ruling will be binding on me, but by no means will it be binding on you. So having said that, I would now like to place my point of view on the primary question. So for me, director is no different. When I say director, I mean a whole-time director is no different from any other employee of the company. Moreover, when you see from the Companies Act perspective, a director is not distinguished from any other employee of the company in the Companies Act as well. Also, if you see the labor statutes, labor laws are equally applicable or applicable in the exactly same way as they are on any other employee on the director of the company as well. So when you talk about ESIC, Provident Fund, Profession Tax, all these acts are applicable on directors as well. Lastly, from the income tax perspective, TDS on directors' remuneration is deducted in exactly the same way under section 192 like it would have been deducted in case of any other employee of the company. So the calculation of TDS is exactly in the same way even for the director. So having said that, in my view, if you are a whole-time director of the company, you are like any other employee of the company, and the color of the remuneration that you are receiving is actually exactly like the salary that an employee receives. So in my view, GST should not be charged on the remuneration received by a whole-time director. Having said that, and to add to this, there have been certain advance rulings now which have come up in the last month or so, where it has been upheld that a director receiving remuneration from his company and who is working in the whole-time capacity will not be charged GST on that remuneration received by him. Having said that, if you are a nominee director or if you are a independent director who is rendering their services to that particular company in more sort of a professional arrangement, then in my view, GST will be charged on the fee that is received by you, or the sitting fee received by you, or the remuneration received by you, whatever jargon you use for that compensation. GST will be charged on such compensation. But till the time you are a whole-time director working exclusively for that particular company, I don't see any problem, and GST will not be levied on the remuneration so received by you. Having said that, since this is a gray area and a litigative area, I would advise all of you that if your arrangement with your company as a whole-time director is anything other than standard, or where there are certain modalities involved or some complexities involved in the contract that you have signed with your company, then in that case, I would suggest that you speak with your consultant and let him analyze and assess your contract, and basis which he will advise you whether GST should be charged on the compensation so received by you. Thank you so much for listening.